Good morning, YouTube. The Scorpio NS101. Yes, it's a trigger lock for pistols, shotguns, and rifles. Okay, 4.5 out of 5. We're out of here. See ya. No, I'm just kidding. We have to actually talk about this thing a little bit at least. Okay, I'm gonna try and be brief. People love short videos. I don't know. Anyway, so it's defaulted by the factory to 000. Turn that thing this way. Take it apart. Slammer dammer onto your gun, okay? Pretty simple, straightforward. I even got ourselves an air gun here. I'm gonna put it on backwards because I'm left-handed, but it doesn't matter which way you put this on, okay? Collapse that back down, all right? Squeeze her up, reset it so that it scrambles the code, and then you're off to the races. That's it. You wanna take it off, set your code, twist this, pull this apart, and away we go, and we close this off and we put it there. But while it's on there, the kids aren't screwing with your stuff. Nobody else is either. All right, so now if you want to reset the code, pretty simple. Open it up, take it apart. There's a little button here, okay? It's spring-loaded. You will be able to feel it. Take a ball-peen pen is what they tell you, or a jeweler's screwdriver, whichever one you want to fumble with the least. Okay, push down so that it goes and bottoms out. Set your code where you want it, okay? Release. Take a good look at that code before you shut it and write it down. And then do this, scramble it up, try your code. It should open up fine, and that's it. And then anytime you want to change the code, open it back up, same process. That's all over again, okay? The instructions do come with it, by the way, so you can do that. I haven't set the code on this. I just got it this morning, and it's for a gun that I'm picking up actually tomorrow because I get to pay it off tomorrow because I don't know that much, and could bring that home. Meantime, does come with instructions. They also tell you to offload your darn firearm first to make sure everything's safe, then install the trigger lock, okay? Never have one on a loaded gun. But anyway, they even tell you on the back of the package here, safety check the gun is not loaded, put on gun safety. Well, in a perfect world, that's ideal, but on that gun, I can't access the safety and still put that on. Some guns, yes, definitely won't be an issue. Others, I wouldn't worry about it. As long as this is collapsed nice and snug, it can't be moved. Okay? So, and depending on the type of gun you have, of course, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but the idea behind a trigger lock is it goes on there, you squash her down nice and snug, nobody is going to be pulling the friggin' trigger, okay? And so even if they did get a bullet in it. Now, the thing with cable locks, just as a briefie for you, okay? Cable locks are garbage. However, if you buy a really high-end expensive one, so boutique-y stuff, it's going to be really super hard for a criminal to cut through that crap, okay? But all the cheap ones out there that are like really cheap, okay? Don't bother with them unless you're not worried, okay? Because those things you can cut literally with a pair of side cutters, like that fast. All right, so that's just my advice on cable locks. Now, I do have guns that can support either or. I choose trigger lock, okay? Lever actions are a form of firearm that only supports a cable lock, okay? They won't support a trigger lock, at least not any that I've seen and come across, okay? They're all cable lock systems only. And the laws are pretty strict on that stuff here in Canada for making sure our guns are locked up and safe. And trigger and cable locks, and, you know, especially if you want to put your guns out on display for the whole world to see, okay? Trigger or cable lock, that's all you need, and ammo cannot be displayed with the guns. That better be somewhere else locked away in the house. Out of sight and out of mind, you know what I mean? All right, now, that's pretty much about it, but I do say 4.5 out of 5. I like these. My instructor likes them. They're very inexpensive, which is another point he made across is, you know, they are inexpensive, and you don't have to worry about keys. Just got to remember 3 digits. And if you're really unsure of yourself, okay, so, because you can have a stroke anytime and forget stuff, okay, write it down somewhere on a piece of paper, put it in your wallet. That's it, you know. But put it in some kind of a code that even you could figure out, okay, that nobody else would be able to, right? Or just write it out, just 3 digits. You'll clue in, oh yeah, that's for all my guns and my gun safe. Okay, so there you go. Piece of cake, right? Anyhow, There is no key backup, but not required. You just got to remember the combo. That's all there is to it. Now, I don't know if these things ever do fail. Maybe they will someday, but it may take an awful lot of use, okay, before that ever happens. But I figure for 10 bucks, it's a good, cheap investment, and I follow the laws this way. The thing is heavy. It's built like a friggin' tank, and the materials that these are made out of are very hard to cut through, even with a hacksaw. It's going to take a while, okay? Cable lock, that's it, I'm in. Where's the bullets, right? So, and this is why you don't, even though you can, okay, in Canada, you can store your ammo in with your guns in your safe, like even in my safes, right? Don't do it, because in the event something should, God forbid, happen and you get a break-in and they get access to your guns, your ammo's already in there. You just gave them all your guns, all your ammunition, and, which is also a very bad thing, criminals don't have firearms licenses, okay? So they can't just go to their local gun shop and buy bullets or buy guns, right? But if you're going to give them the whole friggin' breakfast platter or lunch or dinner platter in one place, that's stupid. Always keep your ammo completely separate, locked away with locks on those ammo tins, cans, whatever you want to call them, boxes. Make things hard and miserable, right? That's the thing. But make it easy for you, but hard for them. That is the key thing here, right? Always. But yeah, great little locks. They work good. 10 bucks. Now, that's at my gun guy. I went and did you guys a solid, so we'll get that quick. I did a search for the Scorpio NS101 in Canada. Came up with a whole first page of Google, which is the only one I checked, by the way, because there was a lot. Checked every firearms place up there pretty well. And they start these things at like $11 and change, right up to $16, almost $17, okay? Now, I don't mind paying $10, $11, even $14. It's an investment to keep your gun safe. And if you don't have any other alternatives that are like quick and local because you need it now, then yeah, that's the thing. Pay for it. Because even 17 bucks, it's protecting an expensive firearm, protecting your life and the lives of your loved ones as well. So think of it that way. It's really not that bad, okay? But there is an upper limit though. Like when it starts getting like 20 bucks and up, well, yeah, I'd probably, I don't know, see if you can get a cheaper one and order some off of Amazon in the meantime. Because you can use cable or trigger as long as you can support a cable, right? Like I have a single shot Russian rifle. Ain't no way I can use a cable lock on it. No way. But if it has a drop box magazine in it, system, yep, not a big deal. You can do it. And a lot of other firearms, same thing. But some are only capable of a trigger lock. Even my single shot shotguns, trigger lock only. No other way around it, okay? Has to use a trigger lock. So you may want to think about, I need it now. Then buy it now, okay? But Amazon has a lot of options out there. They have clones of the same thing because they're all made in the same bloody factory probably. They're all made in China. Nothing wrong with made in China stuff, okay? So these things work. And anyway, but they got different prices. If you want to buy a single lock, you will not find this brand on Amazon. You'll find it under Mizuko, P-Lock, Rio Rand, a few others, okay? And different styles of opening systems too, because they're not all a rotating head. But if you want this exact style, they do have a lot of options. But when you buy in bulk, you save. When you buy a single, they rip you blind on Amazon, even for Canada. It's like 17 bucks for one. And it's like, yeah, but I can get it for 10 bucks, but they ran out of stock. Hopefully they have more in stock tomorrow too, because when I go pick up my new gun, I'd like to be able to pick up 2 more and switch over my last 2 guns. You know, just get it out of the way kind of thing. And besides, for another 20 bucks for 2 locks, it's great. But either way, I would definitely suggest, you know, this is a brand to look at. It's not the end all to be all by any means. I got a great price on it from my gun shop, so I'm happy. All right, but I do say that these things are definitely worth a 4.5 out of 5 for ease. Okay, and they made it so simple to change the combo. I mean, that's great. You know, unlock it, change it, way you go. If you want to change it down the road just for extra security, you know, unlock it, push in your ball pin, change a code, you know, that sort of thing, and you can do that all the hell you want, right? So, and it's good to rotate your codes once in a while too. You just got to remember that you did it. That's the thing. All right, and rewrite down the new code. This is this month's code. Scratch out that one. This will be rechanged at this date to maybe this number, maybe. We'll see. We'll think of some crap up then. Okay? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed a little bit of a sideshow entertainment. But they also do have instructions that take you step by step on how to change the code and whatnot, and they are fantastic. They protect your investment. They keep yourself and your family and your kids and all that safe too. Keeps unauthorized people out as best as we possibly can anyways. Yeah, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.